what is the change on their part? Can they also make any effort? Right.
It's not an issue of whether this is right or wrong or sin or righteousness. It's not a matter of the patient. So that's why I said it's people that understand each other.
Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to Spatial Pillars. I am Rhoda. If you're coming here for the first time, you're very welcome. So today is just another mom day in my life. Okay, so why you see me here in this kitchen, first of all, with my Bible and my notebook, is simply because I did not wake up early to do my quiet time before preparing for my children to go to school. And so, since I love studying the Word of God before my day's activities, I took my Bible and my notebook and I came to this kitchen to do just that. Okay, so before we continue, I'd love for us to read the memory verse from Romans chapter 9, verse 16, and it says, "So then, it is not of him who wills, nor of him who runs, but of God who shows mercy." Okay, so try to read the chapter if you can to get a context, but yeah, one thing I can say for sure is that God is sovereign. We are the clay, He is the potter. So the first thing to do after my quiet time would be to make my children breakfast. And for breakfast today, I will be making toasted sandwiches. Now I'm using my homemade bread. You can click on the more button to see my bread recipes. Don't you love the look of those breads? They were made by yours truly. I kind of love trying to make things from the scratch, and it's usually very wonderful. The feeling you get when you finish. Don't you do this? You haven't? Good morning, Mama. How are you? Good. Dabira Canada? No one.
The bread, you know.
Honey, don't go to me and you table.
Out in a power, Kita. I can just show that you can snap in 30 frames per second, okay?
I'm talking about today.
Okay, can you set it to NTC?
NTC.
I'm talking about today.
No, I will take, young lady. Do you want to take it yourself?
Yup.
Get a pen and take it.
Not pen, pencil.
I used pen. You take the other one. So, almost set to me, it's
it. You have 20 minutes.
Mama is trying.
My first daughter usually has lunch at school, but I'm putting tangerine and bread roll for her for snack time.
Yeah, and some bring their food. Do some bring their own food? They come with lunch box. Some people come with lunch box.
So she's all set, but she's eating. She's already dressed up, and while she eats, I will sign her diary. This is where we write down the COVID test for the day and the temperature record. They are required to take COVID test every single morning. I don't know, it's still like that in Hong Kong up until now. Anyway, after doing that, I will go ahead and prepare and serve the other girls because they're already awake. Once they smell breakfast, they wake up. They usually wake up later than my first daughter, but yeah, as soon as they smell food, they are out. I will also repeat the same process for them and also pray for my first daughter because that's what I do every morning before they leave the house. I bless them.
You brought another one. Mama, you don't like jackets?
No.
More you with your dinner. Money? The good year, Boo boo. Come on.
So since my husband is taking his vacation, yeah, he always takes them out to the school bus once they are ready to go, and they love it. They love it. They so love it. Like it always excites them if he's going to be the one taking them to the school bus, and I'm happy for that because it's just good time for father and daughter's bonding.
Bye, girls.
Don't you think so?
So again, since my husband has been at home, I've been bringing him to my walks. Hey babe, you're very handsome. No, that's true. Why you do your face like that?
Babe, shall I ask you a question?
What could that be?
What makes a good marriage?
What makes a good marriage?
Yes.
Well, there's no formula for a good marriage.
You think?
There's no definite formula.
Okay.
I think the most important thing is understanding, love, and forbearing one another. I think that's the most case. Because most times why marriage fails to work, or maybe why people experience crisis, is a lack of understanding. And once that lack of understanding comes, if there's no love to forbear it or just to ignore, because sometimes what your partner said may not be what he meant. So it's good to put it in perspective, and then always try to figure out that the intent is more important than the word itself. So even if somebody said wrong words to you, what could be the intent? Did the person actually hate you, or the person doesn't like you? No. So maybe they may be saying it out of maybe anger, or maybe other things, or maybe the situation, or maybe they couldn't frame the words, or they don't have a very proper good choice of words.
Mm.
So these are the things that contribute. But I think if you really have understanding and knowing that your partner probably don't meant any harm for you, no matter the case or scenario or whatever that turns out, yes, let's not late. And then, most important is God.
Mm.
Put God first.
Yeah.
In all that you do, and He will prosper your ways.
Okay, so you said something. You said, what was it? You said the words may not be the intent, right?
Yeah.
How can we help ourselves so that we don't always keep repeating and saying words that we don't mean? Do you understand? Because
Okay.
I think if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it, it can, the other person may get tired, because you can't always be saying hurtful words and be saying that was not your intent. How can we
Well,
work
this is quite difficult because, practically speaking,
yeah,
before marriage takes place, I assume is two full-grown adults
yeah,
who probably may have lived differently, grew up in a different environment with different kinds of family background and different kind of environmental experience.
yeah.
So for them to come together to live under one roof and share almost everything in common, it's not always easy to see everything sync together. And therefore, that's why it's always good to ask questions to avoid misinterpretation. Now, whenever you are not clear about a matter, just reaffirm. Is it what you mean? Are you suggesting this? Can I get clarification from this? Are you saying I should do it exactly this way? So getting clarification like this helps to improve understanding. Sometimes, yeah, I know, you may feel that you've told your partner, oh, I don't like it this way, do it the other way. But don't forget, we have grown. And change of attitude is very, very difficult. It takes even, like I went to hospital to see the doctor, and we were discussing about weight loss, and he said he knows it's difficult. Yeah, some of this habit or some of the things we've acquired over the years, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it has to take time, gradually, and sometimes, uh, even if it doesn't go totally. It can maybe repeat less often, or you can see a little sign of improvement. So I
Yeah,
think,
but do you have to, does it mean you cannot call the person out on their behavior and say, okay, I don't like the way you talk to me, or I don't like these kinds of things? You just have a large heart and accommodate all of it, even though it hurts you. Can you not say, I'm sorry, I'm hurt by the way you speak sometimes?
well, I think that one is part of it. But even sometimes when you say sorry, some people will tell you every time you keep on saying sorry. So you see that
So
I'm
what
getting to
can
the
the
point.
person who is always doing that thing do to change? I mean, you're talking about, yeah, we've all grown up. So do you understand that changing babe, do you understand what I'm saying? So we've all grown. It's hard to reform the habits we've already formed, growing up. But since, for example, this person expects the other, because I think somebody can say, yeah, okay, so I can try to accommodate, right? That is also change on that person's part. Now, the person who is always, for example, repeating these offenses, what is the change on their part? Can they also make any effort, or do they say, oh yeah, that's how I grew up? Now you make the change and accept this. Is
Okay,
there anything that they can do?
I need to be clear on this.
Okay.
There are different kinds of parameters.
Okay.
Some situations are not even a situation of good and bad, or wrong or right.
Okay.
Some situation is just like, oh, I like keeping this in this way, and this person likes keeping it the other way.
Right.
It's not an issue of whether this is right or wrong or sin or righteousness. It's not a matter of division. So sometimes if you come to what is outrightly bad, this is evil. I'm telling you, this person always lies and it's not good.
Okay.
Then you need to call out the person and there needs to be change.
Right.
But when it comes to maybe some kinds of adaptation, or maybe some kinds of, oh, maybe I hold my spoon on my left or you hold my spoon on the right, these are necessarily, there's no like hard rule of about good and bad.
Yeah.
So I think on this kind of, even if we want the person, oh, I would have preferred this person to do it this way.
Yes.
You know, like it's just like when I got married to you, I naturally prefer people that wear skirts and tops.
Yeah.
But at some point, I see you like gown and
dresses.
I have to, dresses. So I have to at some point, adapt or appreciate it. And as long as I keep appreciating it, I said that, oh, you really look good on it. Actually, there's nothing bad. It was maybe I was just like taking a one kind of view. So these
Yeah.
are not like a hard rule.
Okay,
So
yeah.
if I've called you out and say you must stop putting on the dress, then on your own side, will it be also good? You can have had to also accommodate. So that's why I said it's people that understand each other.
Yes.
Even what to give up and what not to, where even if you push it, always measure up your partner and see what they can be able to do, knowing their ability and knowing what you can take also on your own side to accommodate the whole situation.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much, babe.
You're welcome.
You're so cute. Oh my goodness. So back home, after freshening up, I go ahead and prepare breakfast for me and my husband. By this time, it was already like 11 a.m. And yeah. Little, really? Wow, you're holding up more than I thought. Look at that. So pretty, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So pretty. So pretty, pretty, pretty. It's calling on me to eat. Come on, don't spill. Be good, don't spill, please. Ah, dear. Spilled a little. That's it for today. Let me go and eat. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like my video, share with your friends, comment in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next vlog. Okay, bye guys. Bye.